This is the story of a boy named Max. His parents had passed away when he was a child. After that, he was adopted by a couple, Copper and Sylvia. Copper and Sylvia had also adopted another boy whose name was Luke. Max and Luke became very good friends. They loved each other and became very close and affectionate brothers. But as time went on, Luke grew older, and now he had to leave to study elsewhere. He explained to Max, "It's just a matter of a few years. After that, I'll come back to you." Luke left. But after a few months, the news came that Luke was no longer in this world. Max loved Luke dearly, and the shock of his death has stayed with him to this day. Max grew up, but he still remembered Luke, and because of that, he became so rude and rebellious that he kept breaking rules and regulations everywhere. Because of this, he had to go to jail several times. Even today, he did something similar. He stood on the road and painted on a wall, and so the police arrested him. His father, Copper, came to save him. He explained to his son, "Forget everything. I have spoken to the judge. The judge knows how bad your condition is, so she wants to give you one chance. But there's one condition. Far away from our house, in the middle of the forest, there is an old house where retired people come to spend the rest of their lives. You have to go there for 3 months, serve them, and work there. And if you refuse, you will be sent to jail." Max understood that he had no choice. The next morning, he went to that old age home. When he arrived, he saw that everything there was normal, just like in any other old age home. There were many patients, and the house was quite luxurious. The heads of the place were Les and Sadia. They already knew why Max had come. They explained to him, "These are the judge's orders. You have to work here, and we will report on your performance. So if you don't want your report to go badly, do exactly as we say. Clean every floor, help everyone. But remember, you are not allowed to go to the 4th floor. You cannot go there because the patient on that floor cannot be handled by you. So no matter what happens, don't go to the 4th floor." Max agrees. Slowly, Max starts working in that house. There are many people living there. Some paint, some sing, and there are also several staff members. But Max becomes friends with a woman named Norma. She tells Max, "You are like my son. You remind me of my son, and whenever I see you, I remember him. My son left this world a few years ago. That's why I came here, so I don't have to spend the last part of my life alone." Norma and Max develop a good friendship. But not just Norma, there was also a man named Louis who lived there. He used to teach acting and dancing, and Max also got along well with Louis. Days keep passing, but something strange keeps happening in this house. Sometimes at night, sometimes during the day, Max often hears noises from the 4th floor. It always seems like someone is screaming from up there, but he doesn't go there. This continues to happen every day, and one day Max decides that he will go upstairs. Max feels like maybe someone up there needs his help. He goes up and finally reaches the 4th floor. That floor is completely empty. There is only one room there. When Max enters that room, he sees old people sitting in wheelchairs. It looks like they can neither move nor speak. Max carefully looks at everyone and wonders, if they cannot speak, then who is the one screaming? From whom are these cries coming? Before Max can understand anything, one old patient suddenly attacks him. He screams while looking at Max. Before anything worse could happen to Max, Les and Sadia arrive. They save Max. But now Les is very angry because Max disobeyed his orders. He then talks to the doctor of that place, Dr. Sabina. Dr. Sabina also explains to Max not to go to the 4th floor. Many sensitive patients live there. They can do anything at any time. For example, today they attacked you, and the screams you hear are from those same people. Don't pay too much attention. Please just do your work. Max also feels that maybe it's just his misunderstanding. Soon everyone comes to know that Max went to the 4th floor, even Norma. Norma also explains to Max, "Look, you've come here for 3 months. Do your work for 3 months and then leave quietly. Please don't go to the 4th floor." Max realizes he made a mistake. That night again, he hears voices coming from upstairs. But this time, he doesn't go there. The next morning, he apologizes to everyone and also goes to Norma. Norma's son had made a painting for him, so Max also decided to make a painting for Norma. He takes the painting to her and tells her that he sees her like his own mother. Hearing this, Norma becomes very emotional. She tells Max, "Leave this place as soon as possible. Something is not right here. Even your life could be in danger." Max cannot understand why Norma is saying this. Until yesterday, everything seemed fine. But before Norma can tell him anything more, she realizes that someone is watching them. She makes an excuse and leaves. All night, Max keeps thinking about what exactly Norma wanted to tell him. The next morning, Max looks for her, but Norma is nowhere to be found. He asks Sadia where Norma is, and Sadia tells him that last night Norma's condition became very critical, so she was admitted to the 4th floor. Max finds it very strange because until yesterday, Norma was completely fine. What happened in the morning? Max was working in the garden, but suddenly he saw Norma jump off the building, and she died. The entire old age home was in shock that Norma was gone. But Max began to suspect that something strange was happening here. Norma had told him earlier that something wrong was going on and that her life was in danger. But the one most devastated after Norma's death, apart from Max, was Louis, because Norma was very close to him. Max knew that if he could trust anyone, it was Louis. So he spoke to Louis and told him, "Norma said to me that there's danger here. Do you know what that danger is?" But Louis had no idea about it. Now Max decided that he would uncover the truth about what was happening. He bought a spy camera and installed it throughout the old age home, even on the 4th floor, because he wanted to know what was going on there. When he started checking the footage, he noticed strange things. People going toward the 4th floor, some coming out, Les and Satya taking patients into the operation theater but returning alone. Max couldn't understand what all this meant. Then one night, a letter and a small light appeared in his room. The letter said, "Switch on this light and you'll see a cross mark. Stay away from anyone who has this mark on them." Who was this? Who was helping Max? There was no time to think. Max switched on the light and saw that most people in the hospital had a cross mark at the back of their necks. That meant they were all dangerous. But what were they planning? What did they want? Nobody knew. While waiting for more evidence, Max kept watching the camera footage. Suddenly, he received an email. "Tonight I'm coming to meet you. Be careful." Who was this? Who was coming to meet Max? That night, a girl entered Max's room. She told him everything and asked, "Do you know what's really happening here? These people are definitely up to something wrong. And do you know who is funding them? The government here. The government secretly gives them money so they can experiment on criminals and such experiments that turn people into monsters. We have to stop them. We need proof. My father also came here to live, and even today he is still here. I don't want him to become a monster. That's why please help me. We must stop them." Max agrees. But before the two of them can do anything, remember that man who first attacked Max? He now comes into Max's room. He attacks Max again, and Max faints. A little while later, when Max opens his eyes, Sadia tells him that the patient had entered his room. But she assures him not to worry, that soon, doctor, Sibana will come and check him up. Max had already realized that this doctor could do anything to him, so he runs away from there. He runs towards his house, and there he sees that Copper and Sylvia have also adopted 2 girls, whose names are Tessa and Jackie. Seeing Max, both of them are shocked. How did Max come back so soon? Max doesn't tell them the truth. He only says that he wasn't feeling good there. Copper consoles his son and says, "All right, no problem, I'll go talk to the judge." Copper and Sylvia leave to talk to the judge, and Max is very disturbed. He doesn't understand what to do. Just then, Tessa and Jackie come to meet him. They ask Max, "How are you? Did you also go into that room? Do you also know Mom and Dad's secret?" Max wonders what the secret of Copper and Sylvia is. Then Teja and Jackie take him into a room. This is a room Max has never seen before. Why did Copper and Sylvia hide this room from him until now? Inside, he finds a photo album, and now comes the first suspense of this story. The first album in his hand seems to be from 1990. When he looks at it, he sees his mom and dad, that is, Cobb and Sylvia, standing with all the members of the old age home, and in the middle there's a boy. But the shocking thing is, they all look the same age as they do now. How is that even possible? Then he finds an album from 1992. Again, in the middle there's a boy or a girl, and everyone's age looks the same. Slowly he goes through each album, and in one of them, he even sees his brother Luke. But the most surprising part is, why are none of them aging? They look the same now as they did then. How? But before Max can make sense of it, a shadow knocks him unconscious. When Max opens his eyes, he finds himself at a party. Guess what party? An old age home party. And in front of him, everyone is there. Louis, Dr. Sibana, Les, Sathya, and even his mom and dad. Everyone is laughing. Everyone is celebrating. But why? Then Louis tells him, "How was my acting? How was our acting? What did you think was happening here? The government is running experiments here. Nothing like what you thought was going on. This was all my story, and I am the leader of all these people. So, how was my acting? How was my story?" Max doesn't understand what's really happening. Then Louis explains to him, "Do you know what the worst thing about old age is? That in this old age, people do die. But before that, they just get bored because there's no entertainment left in their lives. And old age, it always keeps creeping up slowly and eventually kills people. But I thought, how can I put an end to this? That's when I worshipped a demon. And that demon introduced me to a doctor, Dr. Sabina. We did a lot of research together, and we discovered a method to stop aging. If we take out the liquid from inside someone's eye and drink it, then our age will stay the same. Yes, the person whose eye it comes from will keep getting weaker and older rapidly, but our age won't increase. That's exactly what we did. And look, I am 200 years old. This one is 120 years old. That one is 130. And this one here is 250 years old. But for all of us, our age has completely stopped. But who will go out every day and find new victims? That's why we formed a committee. Some people adopt children, raise them, and when the time is right, they bring them here under some excuse so that we can hunt them. Do you want to know something shocking? Everyone on the 4th floor is adopted, and your brother Luke is also there. Remember that patient who attacked you? That wasn't just anyone. That was your brother. Yes, the poor guy's condition has gotten really bad. But what can we do? To stop our aging, we have to destroy others' lives. And now for the second surprise. Do you know what all of this really was? Government, light, cross, nishant? It was all part of my game. We managed to stop our age. But how could we stop our boredom? So we decided that whoever becomes our victim, we would play games with them. Many games. We would make them part of a story and enjoy watching their actions. Everything you did, installing cameras on the 4th floor, searching for clues, we watched it all, and we laughed while watching. But now the game is over, and the same thing will happen to you that has happened to everyone else. Max keeps screaming, but they take Max away. They even extract the liquid from his retina. Now Max has also become a part of the 4th floor. Slowly, he too is getting weaker and weaker. Louis explains to him, "Don't worry. You will live here your whole life until you die." Luke cannot watch his brother die. He now decides that he will not let his brother die. He knew what he had to do. He, along with all the other patients there, takes the most dangerous step. They pierce their own eyes, take out the liquid from them, and all the patients give their remaining liquid to Max to drink. Now life has returned inside Max, and he decides that he will save his brother and everyone else. He comes outside and starts killing everyone one by one. Les, Sathya, his fake parents, that is Copper and Sylvia, and lastly Louis. But Max doesn't just kill them, he also takes out the liquid from their eyes to save all the patients, and then makes his brother and everyone else able to walk again. Finally, Max takes his brother and all of them and gets out of there. With this, the story ends here. Let me know your thoughts and also subscribe to this channel for more horror stories like this.